thanks to the support as a channel member, Josh Marwood. It has been brought to my attention that in recent days, I may have been acting unprofessionally and inaccurately portraying Mrs Wearmouth as the villain of the piece, when in fact, everything that has gone wrong over the last 6 months of my life here at Apollon has been entirely my fault. I should never have applied for the Greece national team job. I regret doing so, and I am fully committed to my future here at Apollon and only at Apollon. Mrs Wearmouth is a kind and supportive woman and an excellent football chairman. Hello and welcome to part 87 of the Greek Odyssey. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final 2 Champions League group games of the year. We're away against Celtic, at home against Benfica, and we know that we need results. This is what the group situation looks like after 4 games played. We've had a truly pathetic start to this season in the Champions League. Nothing short of 2 wins will do, and even with 2 wins, it might not be enough, but at the very least, 2 wins guarantees us a Europa League spot, which I think we could go and win the Europa League. It might not be the end of the world if we end up in the Europa League, but there is the chance that with 2 wins and Milan continuing their domination, we could sneak into second place behind them, but it has been poor. What hasn't been poor is our continued excellent form in the league, including this 3-1 win away from home against Olympiacos with a rotated team. That's how good we are these days. We can send the reserves to Olympiacos and still beat them comfortably. This is what the Super League looks like. We're 6 points clear of them after 11 games. Dave is the top scorer in the league. Absolutely baffling how this has happened. But Dave's got 7 goals from 8 starts. He's pretty much my starting striker in the league. And I'm starting to think maybe I should be playing some of these players who are playing in the league a bit more often in the Champions League, because the Champions League team seems to be not doing anywhere near as well as the league team at the moment. But I've got to play my first choice in the league, in the Champions League, surely. Look how many of these players are wanted, by the way. The vultures are very much circling. If we get knocked out of this Champions League, there is going to be a mass exodus. Chelsea want Tenesi. The whole of Italy and China want Michaelis. Brazil and Spain and Italy want Raphael. China again in for Milo and Cordoba. Duffy has been chased by Spurs for a long time. Lensina is wanted by Chelsea and a whole bunch of Chinese teams. German also wanted by China. Acosta, China. China is calling, boys and girls. Maybe we'll go and manage them. This is our team for the Celtic game. We've got Tenesi in goal, a back four of Raphael, Michaelis, Hernandez and Solorzano. Milo at the base of the midfield, Duffy and Cordoba in the centre of midfield, German and Lensina supporting Acosta up front. Lensina's not fully fit, but I think in the circumstances, we need, I don't know, we've got Sanchez. Let's put Sanchez in. Let's be sensible. Sanchez was our player of the year just over a year ago. Sanchez is a very good player. The problem is he's a very good left wing, and we have been training him for 2 years to play on the right wing because we knew German was coming. So hopefully Sanchez can come in on that right-hand side and show us just how good he used to be, remind us of what a good player he is, and help us push past Celtic. And this, of course, is when we need Milan to do us a big favour against Benfica as well. If Benfica beat Milan here, I don't think it really matters. I'm trying to do the maths. So if we beat Celtic, we go to 6 points. Benfica beat Milan, they go to 9 points. We then play Benfica last. I guess even as long as we beat Benfica by more than they beat us by, we could still potentially sneak through that way. But either way, we need the 2 wins. So if we don't win here against Celtic, the Benfica game is only really to try and get us into the Europa League, because I guess if we don't beat Celtic, Celtic are then going to be looking very good for the 3rd place finish, and we are going to have the pathetic situation of not having any European football to play after Christmas. Don't even know what I'd do video-wise. Just transfer window tomorrow if we get knocked out here. just play through the rest of the season, because what is the point of it if we don't have Europe? Ugh. Right. Why? How are we not winning yet? Have I not made how important this is clear enough with my little speech here? We've had one shot in this first half. Celtic have had two. There's not been a shot on target in this first half. We just look like two very poor teams who shouldn't be in the Champions League. And I don't understand how we've got to this point. I talked in the last episode about maybe it's time to switch to the vertical tiki-taka that we've used with both Bourne and Chivas and Bayern Munich, Barcelona this year. We've gone a long way with Apollon with this gegenpress, but I think it probably is the end of the road for it. And that is what we'll spend the rest of the season doing if we do get knocked out. We'll be betting in the new tactic. In fact, I'm almost tempted to sling it out there now. It's a big call for it. We're not even training it at the moment. We probably shouldn't. It's tempting though, because we're just not showing any attacking oomph. Let's go attacking. Come on, boys. We need something. We need a goal. German's tiring. Sanchez isn't playing well. Acosta's not playing well. We've not had a shot on target. It's a must-win game, and we have not had a shot on target. I'm baffled. Get Dave on. Get Lensina on. Between the lot of you, do something, for goodness sake. We can't go out of the Champions League like this. It's appalling. 10 minutes of passion now called for. Milan are doing their bit. They're beating Benfica. If we can somehow find a late winner here against Celtic, it will put us up level with Benfica points-wise. Somebody do something. Celtic will be thinking the same thing, although they've got to beat Milan in the last game, so it's a much bigger task for Celtic. But we just need a goal. They're going to score it. They're actually going to... We're going to finish bottom of our group. It's been disallowed. Okay. For goodness sake. I don't want to see it in case it was questionable. Do something! Vertical tiki-taka will be seen in the next match. That was awful. Well, it seems my heartfelt apology to Mrs Wearmouth earlier has done the trick, because she's thrown another £20 million of transfer budget at me. So even if it all goes wrong against Benfica, we've got some money to spend to fix any problems that we might have. Ridiculous that my budget last summer was 7 million, the summer before was 1 million, and she's decided to just drop 20 million on me after we've pretty much been knocked out of the Champions League. But who knows? She just needed to be told sorry, I guess. Well, this is the team that we're putting out there for Benfica. We have been playing the vertical tiki-taka in the league for the last couple of games. I'll level with you, it's not looked very good. But that has been largely with rotated players and trying players in different positions. This is the first time it will go out there in its new form, because we can't really have the Vermonti role, because Duffy's got to be our playmaker and he can't play there very well anyway. So we're going with a slightly changed up midfield, but still with the other elements of it. In fact, he should be attacking. That's another thing we're supposed to change. There we go. This is what we're going to try. It's basically the same team playing in the same formation, just with slightly different instructions, and hopefully leads to us scoring some goals against Benfica and somehow sneaking through to the knockout rounds. We've got Tennessee in goal. A back four of Rafael, Criado, Hernandez and Solorzano. Michaelis at the base of the midfield. Duffy and Cordoba ahead of him. German, Acosta and Lensina are the front three. Let's get into it. Bottom line, if we beat Benfica like 3 or 4-0, we're through. We go above them. I can't remember what the score was last time we played them. We should probably check that so we know exactly what we need to do. So when we played Benfica previously, we lost 2-1. So as long as we beat them by 2 goals, or even a 3-2, I think, but then do away goals come in, or is it most goals scored? I don't know. If we beat them by 2 goals, we're through. If we don't, we won't. We're not. Simple, really. And let's face it, if we end our Champions League group with only 1 win, we don't deserve to get through. We don't deserve to be in the Europa League, if that's the case. We won all 6 games this time last year. German has it in the back of the net, I think. It's not given, but then the ball falls to Lensina, who does score. It's a 7th goal of the season for him. I think German has every right to feel a little bit hard done by that, because I think he scores. But who cares? The important thing is we get the goal. It's German with the shot. It wasn't quite a goal, but Lensina tucks it away to score, and we need this league table to update. What the hell are Celtic doing? How is this? So Celtic inexplicably beating Milan. Right, we have now moved up to second. So it is enough to put us above Benfica. It's all going on in Group D of the Champions League, boys and girls. We got the notifications up there that we've moved up to second. It hasn't updated here yet. Benfica have just won a free kick. There is your confirmation. As things stand, we sneak through with what would have to be the lowest points total in history for getting into a Champions League knockout round. Surely 7 points is absurd. Free kick comes in from Lensina and Duffy, heading just over. Of course, 1-0 is a very, very narrow lead. So if we could grab another goal early in this second half, that'd be super. For now, we're going to guard against complacency and just cross our fingers and hope we don't mess up. Acosta's feeling apprehensive. We have got Carnevale returning to fitness. We've got Dave, who's been in the goals in the domestic league, who could potentially come on. So we've got options. Criado now, who between Criado and Hernandez, they're the ones who've pushed Michaelis forward into the defensive midfield spot, because I think Criado and Hernandez now is my defensive partnership, but I don't want to bin off Michaelis completely because Criado's only here on loan until the end of this season. So we're probably going to be going with Hernandez and Michaelis next year, as Michaelis gets his 3rd long-time partner in Hernandez. And similar to how he had to play that season in defensive midfield before just to keep him relevant, I think we're doing that again. Tennessee keeping hold of the ball from the shot from Benfica, and that was dangerous. And that's what we need to be alert to. Celtic still beating AC Milan away from home. German with the corner, Acosta with a terrible header that goes way over. And now it's Benfica with the goal kick again. I feel like there's at least one more twist in this Group D story, and I'm afraid of it, because the only logical twist that can happen here is Benfica sneaking back above us and letting Celtic through. I mean, let's face it, if Celtic have gone away to Milan and picked up a win, if it's a full-strength Milan team, Celtic deserve it more than anybody. They held us to a draw when we should have beaten them, and if they go and beat Milan, then fair play to them. No one else could. German, trying to get past his fullback. Just skin him. Why are you holding off? He plays it to Raphael. Raphael now also seemingly afraid of that right back, but Lensina is there for his 2nd of the game to make it 2-0, and it's an enormous goal for Apollon. That 2-goal advantage is big. Of course, a goal back from Benfica means they're just matching up our 2-1 defeat from the other game, and then I have no idea what happens. Does it go to goal difference? If it does, we're still ahead of Benfica. It's all very confusing. And I don't know what the ramifications between Celtic and Benfica are either. I think we have better head-to-head with both Celtic and Benfica as it stands. So we should be okay. Carnevale's going to come on up front. German, we don't have Sanchez on the bench. So actually, you know what? We're going to bring Dave on up front. Carnevale's going to go out onto the wing. Just allows us to keep playing with a complete forward up there, which I like. We're going to drop a little bit of praise. And we're hopefully going to grab a 3rd goal and put it beyond doubt. Dave playing it back to Solorzano. Solorzano to Duffy. Duffy, crossfield pass for Raphael, who's got the ball in such an exciting manner that it made me sneeze. Hope you edited that out, future Kev. Raphael, back to Cordoba. Duffy, Michaelis. This is some lovely football. Solorzano on the overlap. Can he get it across goal? He can, and Carnevale makes it 3-0. And I think after the most challenging Champions League group stage we've ever had, I think we are into the knockout round, unless something weird happens between Milan and Celtic. And I don't think it can. But like, if Celtic win 5-0, does that impact us? I don't think it does, because I don't think it changes our head-to-head. So I think we're through, regardless, unless Benfica have an incredible final 10 minutes. Duffy's going to come off as my final change. We're going to bring on Dominguez for him, who can just slot straight into that deep line playmaker role in midfield. And I think we just drop a little bit more praise, drop back to a balanced mentality, and just ease our way into the knockout rounds, which we have done absolutely by the skin of our teeth. It's a sort of group stage performance that makes it feel like this is the year we're going to go and win the whole thing. But we are through. I don't know when I pressed the wrong button there. I don't know when the draw happens. We've got to wait for it to save now, apparently, which will be about 15 minutes, knowing Football Manager. And then we'll find out who we've got in the next round. I think I didn't get a chance to see if the draw happens before our next game. It might still end up being a surprise in tomorrow's episode for you, which, of course, in tomorrow's episode, I will have spent that £20 million that Mrs Wearmouth has given me, probably on 4 or 5 Brazilians who'll never be able to actually play in our team, because 20 million isn't actually that useful for a club at our level now, which is a ridiculous sentence to say. Are we doing this draw? I need to know if we're doing the draw. Benfica blow qualification chances. Silly old Benfica, eh? Right, when is the draw? The draw doesn't happen. It's going to be a surprise. I'm going to hit it one more time just to double check. Yeah, the draw is after the Panathinaikos game, so I'm going to go and play that in my pants, and you'll find out tomorrow who we've got in the next round. And hopefully, me and Mrs Wearmouth have fixed any issues we had now. We've made it into the knockout rounds. That she's given me money to spend. Maybe she'll let me have the Greece job. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.